Hijacked planes, car bombs, and explosive belts, vehicles used as weapons, and mass shootings. It's almost impossible to turn on the news without hearing about terrorism. Yet despite its prevalence, terrorism can be difficult to define. Terrorism is the unlawful use of force or violence by groups or individuals. The goal to intimidate societies or governments in an effort to promote political, religious, or ideological objectives. People can be directed by an authority to commit terrorism or inspired by a group or a charismatic leader.
A frightening development this morning. A chemical weapon, nerve gas, was released inside a crowded subway system in Tokyo today, and police say it was a deliberate attack by terrorists.
On March 20th, 1995, it was rush hour when a deadly nerve gas from plastic bags began to spread on at least 3 of Tokyo's subway lots, one of the world's busiest transport systems. It looked like a scene out of a sci-fi movie. Emergency medical teams swarmed to do the area. People with no apparent injuries collapsed. Commuters stumbled into open air, gasping for breath. The toxin struck victims down in a matter of seconds, leaving them choking and vomiting, some blinded and paralyzed. Among the victims were 2 subway employees who died attempting to dispose of punctured sarin bags. The subway atrocity shocked Japan, a country that prides itself on Authorities identified a sarin, a highly poisonous nerve gas, was invented by Nazis in 1930. The second day of the attack, 1,000 police raided the main compound of Doomsday called Omu. They found tons of chemicals necessary for the production of sarin, enough to kill millions, and they have established the link between the sarin tray found on the compound and the subway attack.
There was a chemical smell, and then everyone fell down.
We just wanted to get to a station so that we could get off the train. When we finally did, there were a lot of unconscious people.
Even those arriving at the scene later on were being choked. This reporter had difficulty telling the story.
Perpetrators were 5 members of Aum Shinrikyo. Asahara Shoko was leader of Aum Shinrikyo, an obscure religious group who believed the end of the world was coming. His purported mission was to take upon himself the sins of the world, and he claimed he could transfer his followers spiritual power and take away their sins. 2 months later, Aum leader Asahara Shoko and more than a dozen other cult leaders were arrested in nationwide raids. In 2004, after an 8-year trial, Asahara was convicted of a series of crimes, including having masterminded the subway attack, and was one of 13 people sentenced to death. Asahara and 6 other senior members of Aum were executed in 2018.